Ruth is really getting out of her comfort zone. This is not something that, if you think about it, necessarily anybody would really want to do. No one really wants to leave their mother, their father, their family, and stick to and embrace a whole new culture, a whole new way of living, having to go and work the field and do all these things. But she was taken out of her comfort zone, and she was, in result, blessed for it. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Maria and I make content based on Christian faith, religion, and I go into the different biblical teachings and how we can then apply them to our own lives. So in today's video, I am going to be talking about the Book of Ruth and how that story applies to us getting out of our comfort zone. So in the Book of Ruth, Ruth is actually the daughter-in-law of Naomi. So Naomi is the mother-in-law. She had two sons. Her first son was married to this woman named Orpah, and then the second son was married to Ruth. And in this story, I love this story honestly, and it really has so many valuable lessons in it, which I'm going to explain later on this week. But I really wanted to focus on today about how Ruth was taken out of her comfort zone and how that has blessed her. So in this story, Ruth was instructed by her mother-in-law to just leave. Her mother-in-law was going back to her original land because both her sons had passed away, and she just felt like, you know what, there was nothing else there for her. So she asked both of her daughter-in-laws to just leave. She told Orpah and also Ruth to leave. I'm fine. I'm going to go back to my homeland. You guys go off. You go marry someone new. I'm not going to be able to produce any more children. And if I do, you're not going to want to wait until those men, if they are boys, to end up growing up and get ready to get married and stuff. Like, I don't want you guys to hold out on life any longer. I want you to be blessed and to move on with your lives. And thank you so much. She called them her dear daughters for everything that they have done for her. So Orpah decided to leave. She was like, okay, you know what? You're right, Naomi. I'm going to go ahead. Love you. See you later. But Ruth was different. She decided to stick with her mother-in-law. She told her mother-in-law, she said, I'm in this with you regardless. Like, she said, if you tell me to go this way, I'm going this way. If you tell me to go that way, I'm going that way. Like, Ruth was super, super, super loyal to her mother-in-law. She did not care the fact that her husband had passed away. She was going with her mother-in-law wherever she went. And what I really love about this story is that you will see here in Ruth chapter 2, verse 11, that Ruth really goes into detail here where she meets this guy named Boaz, and Boaz owns this land and there is this field that needs to be gleaned. Ruth just decided, okay, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get a job here. I'm going to glean the field. I'm going to do what I need to do. And I'm just going to embrace this new journey that I'm being taken on. So here you'll see in Ruth 2, 11 through 12, that it says, Boaz answered her, I've heard all about you. Heard about the way you treated your mother-in-law after the death of her husband, and how you left your father and mother in the land of your birth and have come to live among a bunch of total strangers. And this scripture right here really did resonate with me, because I'm just like, Ruth is really getting out of her comfort zone. This is not something that, if you think about it, necessarily anybody would really want to do. No one really wants to leave their mother, their father, their family, and stick to and embrace a whole new culture, a whole new way of living, having to go and work the field and do all these things. But she was taken out of her comfort zone, and she was, in result, blessed for it. So there is something beautiful that happens when we get out of our comfort zone. Number one, we know that we are being called out of our comfort zone by God because naturally, as humans, we do not want to go anywhere unique or anywhere unfamiliar to us. We love familiarity. That's our safe space. That's us allowing ourselves to really know what to expect. And as humans, we naturally do not like the unknown. We naturally do not like to have to readjust. But we see here, and we can use Ruth as an example of how it is okay to get out of our comfort zones, and it is okay for us to be at a place where we really are not familiar with at all. Ruth was a foreigner. She really could not understand why Boaz was even being so nice to her. She literally says, like, why are you doing this for me? Like, what did I do to deserve this? And that is a way that God will literally show us his blessings. He will show us that if you are obedient to me, if you are listening to when I'm telling you to step out of your comfort zone, the amount of blessings that you'll get from this, you just won't even expect it. You won't even know what to do with it. It'll make you question, like, God, why me? Why did you do this for me? And like, happily, of course, but you are going to really feel like, God, I really was not prepared for this. I really was not looking to get out of my comfort zone. And God is going to show you exactly why he pulled you to go out of that comfort zone. So for me personally, I have found that in this time and season in my life, me coming out of my comfort zone is me learning how to really be okay with the changes that are happening in life, because I already kind of went through some details about me losing my job, being laid off with the mass layoffs. Now other things are happening still in life. Like, just because this one thing has happened to me, I still have family, I still have friends, I still have my relationship, I still have things that are still happening around me that I still have to be okay with being able to be there for other people and carry other people's burdens while I'm also dealing with my own burdens. And this is uncomfortable for me because I want to be able to, in this moment, care for myself only. I want to be able to, in this moment, find another job. I mean, I have never not worked in my life. So for me to kind of have to get through this time right now is very uncomfortable. But God has shown me, and he shows us even in this book of Ruth, how he will be there for you, even in your times of uncomfort. The other thing that I'm learning about being out of my comfort zone is growing closer to God. I really truly believe that there are times in our lives where God will take us out of our comfort zone so that we can really truly rely solely on him and be able to come to him even when we feel like giving up. And God really is working through me during this time, and he's really helped me to really learn him even better and fully depend on him. Like, fully depend on him solely. It's really, really, really difficult to go through something like this and through such a tough time if you don't have God there with you to help you through. And so that's really what I've found, that God has really been helping me personally right now in my life when it comes to getting out of my comfort zone. So that's pretty much it for me. Now it's your turn. Let me know down below in the comments, what is holding you back from stepping out of your comfort zone? Is it your fear of rejection? Is it your fear of being ignorant, or your fear of not knowing, or your fear of being knowledgeable enough, your fear of anything, your fear of perfection? You want to do and look perfect before you do that thing. What is it that's holding you back? And that can be whether it's in your job, at school, in your relationship, in your business idea, and in your connections with people, anything like that. Because I really truly believe that when we stay in our comfort zone, God is not able to really expand our opportunities and expand our blessings. And so I encourage you to get out of that comfort zone, but be sure to leave a comment down below and let me know what you have learned through your times of getting out of your comfort zone. If you were going through your comfort zone, process right now and how you are able to step out of that and how things have been working for you. Be sure to leave a comment down below and let me know. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back with more content. Thank you. Bye-bye.